Hey, welcome back. This is Bobb-z Callahan here, and today for a word of advice video, it's really not as serious of a topic because I'm not lending advice on something that's extremely critical in life. Now, if you're an artist though, maybe you'll enjoy the advice I'm going to talk about in this video, if you want to call it advice. I'd like to call it instructions. And I thought I would make this video on how to draw Pikachu because, number one, for Bobb-z Callahan's word of advice, I feel like this would be a fun video for once. I tend to do a lot of videos on serious topics. And two, when I presented this speech in my public speaking class a week ago, I got an A+ on it. So I figure, why not share the speech I gave in my class to anybody out there who may be interested in drawing Pikachu. If you are somebody who is curious on how to draw Pikachu, of all the characters in the world, here is one way that you can draw Pikachu from a side angle and in black and white. Why don't we start with Pikachu's tail? So I'm going to start about right here or so, and I'm going to do a couple zigzags, as so, and then I'm going to go back down again. Just kind of do the same thing, and then right about here or so, I'm just going to draw a little squiggly line. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And then in this part right here, just shade in. And after you're done shading in here at Pikachu's tail, you have already knocked out a very easy part of Pikachu. And there you go. That is how you draw Pikachu's tail. Now let's get into some more complex parts. Let's start with Pikachu's back. So I'm going to start about right here or so. And I'm going to start to make a backwards U. And then kind of stop about halfway through right here. And now as for Pikachu's stripes, which he has two of them, I'm going to draw in a little bit and then curve back. And then I'm going to draw one just about right up here, same length, curve back. And then with Pikachu stripes, it's the same thing. Just shade them in. And in black and white, this is easy because, well, you're only using a black marker. And then once you do this for his stripes, then you have both of Pikachu's stripes and you have his back. And voila, there's another part of Pikachu. Now let's move on to Pikachu's feet. Now the thing to remember if you are drawing Pikachu from a side angle is that Pikachu's feet look kind of flat. So I'm going to start about right here or so. And I'm going to start curving and then draw straight for a little while, then curve back up and stop. And then put a little stub in for his toe. And then starting where I put the line for his stub, I'm going to draw straight again, make it about the same distance, and then curve up, another little stub. And there you have Pikachu's feet. Not too hard, but not the easiest step ever, especially if you're trying to draw Pikachu from a side angle and you may not have any idea what to do. Now as for Pikachu's legs, this is fairly easy. I like to think of drawing two C shapes. So starting about here or so and then just making a C, doing the same thing over here, drawing a C. And there you have Pikachu's legs. Now as for Pikachu's hands and his arms, the thing to remember, at least from this angle, is that with Pikachu's hands, they are very small, but his arms are kind of chubby. So what I'm going to do from right here at this leg, I'm going to make just a few zigzags for his fingers, then I'm going to draw out for his arms, Then do the same thing over here, except I just need one line. There you have Pikachu's chubby arms and his little hands. Now before I go on, right here I want to draw a straight line because that's going to help Pikachu look complete in the end. Now as for Pikachu's head and his face, what I like to do is start about right here or so, at the top of his arm. And I like to just draw up and then stop about right there or so, and add just a little dot for his nose. And now as for Pikachu's mouth, if you're going to have it closed, this is easy. I just like to draw a little line straight in and then a little curve up at the end, make him look happy, because Pikachu is normally a happy character. So if you're drawing him, be sure to put a smile on his face. Now as for the rest of Pikachu, with his head I am going to draw in a little bit and then start to move up and then start to curve for his head and then stop about right there or so, because I will need room for Pikachu's ears. Now the thing to remember with Pikachu's ears is that, well, they're kind of in the shape of two pointy ovals. So just kind of make an oval and then let it be incomplete right here, because that'll make it look attached to him. Then after you draw this here, you can draw in the rest of Pikachu's head. And you can do the same thing back here. So there's another ear in the background. And in the back with Pikachu's ears, I wanted to shade in a little bit. And there you have Pikachu's ears. And we are getting close to finishing this view of what Pikachu will look like from a side angle. From here on out, the last few steps are very easy. So about right here or so, where you started with Pikachu's back, just draw a little line, and there his whole body looks complete, but we still need his eye and his cheek. For his eye, this is pretty simple. About right here or so, just kind of make a long skinny circle, and then a little circle in the middle. And then lastly, Pikachu's cheek, which is known to contain electricity. This is as easy as drawing a circle and filling it in. About right here or so, just draw a circle, and then shade it in. And once you have shaded in this circle, voila, you have drawn Pikachu from a side angle. So now, if you guys are ever thinking, how can I draw Pikachu? Or if I want to draw something for fun because I'm bored one day, how can I draw Pikachu? And if you are ever thinking of one way that you could draw this well-known fictional character, here is one way in which you can draw Pikachu. And with that, I certainly hope the instructions I've talked about in this video will come in handy. And if you are ever drawing Pikachu, I hope it works out for you. It may take a few tries. I didn't draw Pikachu as well as this the first time I tried, but just give it a few tries, and you should be able to draw Pikachu just like I drew him. And with that, this is how you can draw Pikachu. Thank you all for watching.